Hey you guys, today I'm back with a crazy story, and it's a story about how I got kidnapped. Okay, so this story happened a few years ago. I went to the club with my friend, and usually what we did, we would go to the club together, and then we would kind of split ways and go socialize and have fun. At the end of the club, we would meet back and go home together. But on this particular night, at the end of the club, I was not able to find her. So I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Fine, I'm gonna walk home alone. I don't know where she went. I don't think I ever found out where she went. She probably hooked up with somebody. I don't know. So I started walking. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. I started walking home, and it is freezing. Freezing. Cold as hell. And I mean, we used to walk to the club and walk home, but the walk was not an easy walk. The walk was something 20 blocks or something. So it was pretty long, and especially to do by yourself, it was really scary and it was really late. So I started walking, and then my feet started to get really tired. So I took my shoes off. So I'm literally walking down the street now in this short ass mini dress, heels in my hand, and I'm freezing. I look like someone who's in desperate need of help. Literally this walk is so nonchalant for me, but on this particular night, I was so cold, so tired, my feet hurt, and this guy pulls up next to me. And he goes, "Hey, do you need a ride?" You guys, this guy looked like such a nice guy. To me, it was just I was like, oh my god, this guy looks like a normal person. I'll be fine, whatever. Normally, I would not do this, just get into the car with a stranger. But as I said, on this particular night, I'm fucking freezing. My feet are tired as hell, and I still have a long ways to go. So I was just like, okay, if I don't die in this car, I'm gonna die within the next 10 blocks, because it's so late and I'm dressed like a fucking hoe. So I get into the car and we start driving, right? And I'm giving him directions to get to the house, but then he goes, "Oh, I know a better way to get there." And I was like, oh okay, it's kind of a straight street from here to there, how are you gonna get there easier? So we're driving on the street, and then there's a freeway entrance, and he starts going into the fucking freeway entrance. And I'm just like, what are you doing? And I'm starting to get really scared now, because I'm just like, why are you going in the freeway entrance? I literally live a few blocks that way. So I start panicking, and he's like, don't panic, let's just go for a little ride. I'll bring you back in a little bit. I was just like, oh my god, what the hell is happening? This guy is going to rob me. This guy's gonna kill me. This guy's gonna rape me. In that order, I don't know. He drives for a few miles and then pulls off onto this exit where there are no houses, you guys. No houses whatsoever. And there's just trees, tall trees. And I'm begging him, can you please take me back? Because we're in the middle of what looks like a forest. I did not know where the hell we were. And there's no one around, you guys. Literally not a soul in sight. There are no houses, nothing. I'm starting to cry, and I'm begging him, please let me go. Please let me go. And then he's like, can I take you out for something to eat? And I was just like, no, are you fucking nuts? I was like, if you don't want to take me home, just take me back to where you got me, and I'll just walk the rest of the way. And then he pulls out a pipe, a smoking pipe thing. I don't know what they call them, but I think it's a pipe. And this is not weed. I don't know what was in it, but it was a glass pipe, and he was lighting from the bottom of the bulb at the end of the pipe. And he gets really fucking high. And I'm just like, oh my god, what are you doing? And then he tries to make me do it, and I'm just like, I'm not doing that. If I'm gonna have to do that, you're going to have to kill me first, and then force that down my throat. There's no way that I'm doing that. I don't even know what's in that pipe. I think it was cocaine or something, or crystal meth. I don't really know what the effects of these things are, but I'm guessing it's something bad like that, or heroin. I don't know if you can smoke heroin. And then he starts threatening me, you guys. He goes, if you don't do it, I'm going to kill you. And he pulls out, I'm not kidding you guys, he pulls out a fucking knife on my ass. I just like, if you don't do this, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. And he's fucking high, he's going crazy. And then he kind of loses all sense of reality. And he kind of just lays back in his chair for 5 minutes. But I'm just I can get out here and run, but it's where the fuck am I gonna go? Because I don't see anyone around. So then he comes to, and we start driving again. And he's just telling me, he's just he's like, you're never gonna see your friends again. You're never gonna see your family again. I'm probably going to kill you. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, are you kidding me? Like, all I wanted was a ride home, and it just kept flashing in my head like, this is what you see on TV, like this is not really happening. This is why you don't take rides from strangers. I was just like, is this guy fucking with me? Because he let me call my friends, you guys. Like, so I called my friends and I was just freaking out. I was just like, oh my god, like I'm in this car and like this guy is gonna kill me, like I don't know what to do. He told me that I'm never gonna see you guys again, and like my sister's in the background and she's freaking the fuck out. Like everyone's freaking out and they don't know what to do. But then he wraps the phone from my hand, he hangs it up, and then we start getting into like a neighborhood where there's like cars and like houses and whatever, and people. I mean, this is like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, so there aren't really a lot of people out. But we're driving, and then we kind of get to like a roundabout, like kind of like where you have to like go around, so you can't go really that fast. So he starts slowing down to go around the roundabout, and I was like, you know what, this is my chance. If I'm gonna get away from this guy, I know he's not gonna let me go, so I'm gonna jump out of the car. So I literally opened the car door, you guys, to jump out, and as I'm jumping, he grabs my fucking purse. And I'm holding the purse too. And I was just like, I can let go of this purse and literally jump out, but like, you guys, it was just like instinct. Like, it was a brand new purse and like all my information and everything was in it, and I was just like, I'm not leaving this purse behind. I had literally just gotten the purse, and like, it's funny that I look back on that now and it's kind of just like I literally stayed there and almost died for this fucking purse. And now I don't even know where the purse went. Like seriously, like I got rid of it like a long time ago. But yeah, so like, he grabbed my purse and like pulled me back in, and I was just like, fuck, like, and he told me, he's like, close the fucking door, and like, we're driving, the car is moving this entire time, I'm hanging out like halfway out of the fucking car, he's like, close the fucking door, and I'm like, ugh. So I close it in. So I basically lost that chance of escaping. But then he wanted to do that drug thing again. He literally just like pulls over the side of the street and does the thing again. But I remembered the last time that he did it, he lost all sense of reality. But at this time, he like knew that I was trying to escape. Like, you remember when I tried to like jump out of the door? So he literally pulls out the knife again and he holds it to my back. Like, he has it like right here. He's sitting in the driver's seat, I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and he literally has the knife in the back of my neck, you guys. Like, he was just like, if you try any shit, like, I'm gonna fuck you up, and blah, blah, blah. But he takes the hit of the thing, and he starts like losing it. It literally like almost like put him to sleep in a way. I don't know, like he literally starts like closing his eyes and like falling backwards like this. And at that time I knew that he was losing all sense of reality. Girl, I made sure I had my handbag in my fucking hand. I had one hand on my handbag and the other hand on the door handle. Girl, as soon as he started to slip back like that, I literally just pulled the fucking door handle and ran out of that car like nobody's business. But you guys, as I was running out of the car, he literally, I mean, he was fucked up, but he wasn't that fucked up because he literally tried to stab me with the fucking knife, but because I was moving away from it, it was moving at the same rate as my back, so it was jammed into my back, but because I was moving so fast, like, it wasn't able to, like, go in, you know what I mean? But it was literally, like, pressed up against my fucking back, you guys. Like, as I was running out of the fucking car, he goes like that with the knife, but luckily, it didn't puncture me or like stab me or anything. At this point, I had my heels on. I don't even know why I put my heels back on, but like I had my heels back on and I started running. And I can tell like the car's taking forever to start up because he's still really fucked up. Like he doesn't know what's going on. And I literally, you guys, I start running down the street in my fucking high heels. And as I'm running, you guys, literally every single dog from every single house starts barking as I'm running, and I'm just like, oh my god, like this guy is going to know where I'm going because you can just listen to the dogs and like see the direction in which I'm going because these fucking dogs are selling me out. I get to like 1 block away, you guys, and then here the fucking car starts and the fucking, what do you call those? The headlights just go on me, and I dart across the street into this person's yard, and the person had like a ton of bush and like hedges and like flowers and like just like this massive garden. So I jump into these bushes, you guys, and I'm literally hiding there, just like, oh my god, this guy's gonna fucking find me. And then he literally starts up his car and he starts driving in my direction, you guys. And this fucker pulls out a motherfucking flashlight and starts looking on each side of the street. I'm just like, oh my god, this guy obviously has done this before. And he's flashing on each side, and I'm just sitting there in the bush, like shaking, just like, oh my god, like I'm going to die. Like there's no way I'm gonna get out of this alive. And he literally just like drives down that street, across another one, like he drives around the bush that I was in like 4 or 5 times, but I don't think he knew that I was in that bush. He just knew I was in the vicinity. So like he just kept like driving around like looking for me. And then eventually like he just left. And I knew that he left because the car was really loud. Like I can hear it speeding off in the distance. Like all the time it was kind of going really slow, like driving through all the streets looking for me. And then he literally just like sped off and like left. Like fuck this, like this bitch is gonna go call the cops on me, I need to get out of here. So then he leaves, and of course I told you guys like I had my purse with me, I was not leaving that. So I had my phone in my purse, so I called my friends and there was like, oh my god, you're okay, like what the hell? And there's like, oh my god, like where are you? I'm just like, girl, I have no idea. Like, I could be in fucking Mexico for all I know. And there was like, girl, just look at the fucking signs around you and we'll come get you. So I look at the street signs and I told them the cross streets, and they came and they got me a little while later. And they were just so relieved. I was so relieved, like, that, you know, I survived that I actually got away from that fucking creep. Never again have I ever gotten into a car with a stranger again after that. That was literally, you guys, one of the most terrifying things I've ever been through in my entire life. Sometimes I look back on it and I'm like, that guy, was he just like crazy fucking nuts? Or like, was he fucking with me? Like, was this all a big joke? Like, why did he kill me when he had the chance to do it? You know what I mean? Like, what was he saving me for? Like, what was he gonna do with me? So, I mean, I really don't know. But all I know is that I got away from it and I'm alive now, and I'm alive to tell the tale. So that was my kidnapping story, you guys. Yes, can you believe it? I was kidnapped. Like, I'm sitting here talking about it so nonchalant, but I'm just like, in the back of my head, I'm like, whoa, you literally got kidnapped. Like, what the fuck? That's so nuts. But yeah, guys, there you have it. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.